Negrand bafethu uxola noSydney wakaMayongolo Muhle i-CEO eyi-billionaire for the renewal. Now you know. Cha bafethu, I promised ukuthi I'm gonna do a video and show you ukuthi when to buy, when not to buy. Actually, what we're doing here, we're trying to analyze the price of each company, you know. It's gonna be a long video, so stay tuned. First thing that what you need to do, you need to go to your portfolio and see how much you have on your portfolio. This is a demo account. It's what they give you ka easy equities mawufika mawusafuna ukufunda before you even invest your money in there. So they give you these. Nami ngaqala khona la. I was given 100k if I'm not mistaken. With that 100k, I bought my first share. Let me just click on my demo. It was Capitec share and it was Mr. Price. I think, yeah, it was Capitec share and Mr. Price. So before we even go there, let's talk about this. Let's say you had on your as Menangish, I was given 100k, okay? It demo. I'm sure now it's 100k, you know. So here it's your current value of your portfolio. Here you're going to see your profits. If you are in profits, you're going to see imali yakho la. If we loss, uzoyibona futhi la ukuthi minus bani, yabo? So here on this side, it's profit and a loss. So if it is a profit, you're going to see red plus 50 something, as you can see here. It's plus 58 percent. Then if we loss, then again you're going to see here minus something. Then this one is gonna be red. The percentage, it's gonna be red. Here I'm sure most of you saw this one or always see this one. Here, investment type, distribution, and current value. So equities, if you only buy shares, it's going to appear here. If you only buy equities, if you also buy crypto, you're going to see crypto somewhere, you know, kanjalo. If kuwuthi khona ma ETFs, if I'm not mistaken, it also going to appear here on your investment types here. Okay, then here it distribution in percentage. Okay, if you bought maybe mhlampe let's say ama-shares akho they worth about 77%, then 77% is gonna be here. Maybe your crypto is 10, your 10 is gonna appear here, your ETFs maybe is 3 or 4, then it's going to appear here, you know. I'm just making an example. Then you're going to see the value of each investment type yakho la. If equity yakho, as you can see la uthi equities our 99.59 here in percentage, 99.59. Then current value yakhona it's 155,353 man. Then it's if value yakhona it's going to appear here, okay? Then fund to invest. What is a fund to invest? A fund to invest is the money that is in your account. That money is in your account. It might happen with it's the money that you just deposited, okay? You just deposited the money, but you haven't bought anything yet. We market, you know, it's just money. Your money is still there. You just bought nothing, you know. So that money is going to appear as funds to invest, you know. Then it's also going to tell you how much is there. If it's 600, just here, just like here, 633 as the money to invest. Kule demo le maleselo from 100,000 to 633. So it's going to appear here. Funds to invest, okay? Then if you have unsettled cash, maybe kunemali that you just maybe you sold your shares and that money is not yet settled to your account, then it's going to appear somewhere futhi khona la around, it's just that I won't be able to go to my real account. So I'm gonna keep on showing it to you here. So when you go down, here, you're going to see I think it's the details of your portfolio. The more details of your portfolio, total profit or loss on your current holdings. This is a profit on my current this thing. What do you call this thing? On my demo, man. Then there is a total brokerage and statutory cost. Le imali. What do you call this? If besingathi say bank, if it was a bank, I was gonna call it ama bank charges. Okay, I was gonna call this ama bank charges. So these are similar to bank charges, if I'm not mistaken. On this one, please correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, yeah. So then now let's say you wanna see everything. You wanna see the shares you bought, whatever that you bought, and you wanna see the performance of each company. Maybe already bought. Let's say you already bought, just like as I did here, already bought Capitec. Then you wanna see a performance yao. You wanna see a performance Capitec and other companies' performance. Then what you're gonna do, you're gonna go here, go straight down all your holdings. Gonna open all your holdings. These are my first holdings and I'm practicing. I was practicing here. Then you're gonna click any, as you can see here. This is Capitec. This is my holding Capitec. Purchase value. This is how much I spent with demo. I spent this much, then I made a profit of this much, then the total value now is this one. So for the current value, you add or you minus your purchase value minus or plus the profit or loss. Then you're going to find this. All right. Then we move, and as you can see, all these things, bought all these things by 2020. Yeah, it was 2020 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was 2020 because our currency shares 2020 during COVID. So I bought all these things during COVID, and to be quite honest with you, I really wish I spend real money before. Okay, I really wish I spend real money here because I bought this, I think it was around April during COVID, April or May, June, Then I saw the progress. I saw this. I think this one was sitting at around 500 and something Capitec share, each share by the time. 500 or 400, if I'm not mistaken. Then I bought it for, I think, 10 grand, if I'm not mistaken, here. 10,000 rand. Then I see progress. I was like, damn, this thing is growing so fast, Then I kept on buying. Then I also bought this one. Then I saw if value new. I do not know what really happened to this. This one, maybe it flew from where it was. I'm not sure where it was at 80 rand. I don't remember how much it was it. And then it went straight. I think here last time I checked around 2021, there was a profit of about plus 60 something percent. I do not know what happened. As a Sibuegu plus 2%. So this is where you're going to see the performance of your companies. It's your list. So now, um, let us go straight into what I was talking what I am here for today, okay? Um you wanna know Uti how or when to buy and when not to buy, you know? Um we're going straight to that. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna click any, let's say you figure like invest, you're gonna click you go invest. Let's say you just you wanna buy anything, you're gonna click here go invest. Then after you click there on go invest, it's gonna show you um different types of companies that are listed to which SE. Then those companies, you can select any company, that you wanna buy or you wanna invest into. So minage, this is what I'm always saying. I'm always saying, if you want to invest, if you wanna invest to a certain company, make sure that company is gonna be here for the next 10 years. Do the research about that company. Find the research about the company, when the company started, when it was listed, how long that company's been operating. Frostan. Because why you have to do that? Because when you're investing, I think we have to talk about this. When you're investing, you don't just invest to make money today or tomorrow. You invest in a long term. For me, when I invest, my minimum of investment period or investing period, yeah, it's always 3 to 5 years. That is my minimum. My medium one, it's from 5 years to 7 years. That is my medium. Then my maximum, it's 7 to 10 years, or my longest, 7 to 10 years. That is how I invest. That is how I told myself, okay, when I'm investing, I'm doing this. So whenever I buy something or invest into something, I just throw money there. I don't care whether the market goes up or goes down. I don't care. But it is very much important to make sure, Uguti, all of 5 years to 10 years, how is that company is going to or how is that company was performing. Because you can't be like, you want to invest to a company that was doing very well before 2010, then after 2010 it started to drop. Then you want to invest to that company. For like, it's been 13 years now, from 2010 to 2023, 13 years, and that company is not picking up. Then when you be like, yeah, I want to invest into this company, no, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose money. So it's very much important to do your research. So you want to buy or you want to invest, you want to buy a share or you want to invest to a certain company. Let's make the example right now. Capi. Guys, I really wish I had a big screen, like my laptop. But the thing is, when I'm doing a video on my laptop, it's kind of oilish like, so I prefer to use my screen recording as I'm doing right now, because it will be better with bigger screen. It will be better. So here is my Capitec. Then you wanna see the value. Okay. Currently the price of each Capitec share is currently sitting at this amount. If you buy a Capitec share today, you're going to buy your share based on this price. So the fraction of a share, if you're not gonna buy a full share, the fraction of a share, let's say you have maybe this 671 rand, you're gonna buy this share at this price. You're gonna buy it at this price. So if you make some money, maybe the Capitec share is going to move from 1,600 to 1,700. Then now you would know what you just made some money. because a small move that is going to move maybe for a certain amount as a moving out. There's right now it's sitting at 671, and then it's moved to this, which means there is a certain percentage that shows the market moved, and now you are making some money. Ngale portfolio yakho overall or current value, now you're going to see plus something, Yebo. Now I said I want us to analyze these, when to buy and when not to buy. Okay, this is a Capitec share. Let me pause a little bit. I wanna reduce the screen so that we're going to see this graph as a whole, because I'm for seven guy. Pause. When guys are too, I tried him. I tried to reduce the screen, but I couldn't. So I'm forced now to turn my phone ngibuyisele uthuba lo. Hey, yini isingisi. So I'm gonna lock my screen. Okay, now when to buy, when not to buy. So before you even start buying any share or any equity, or investing into anything, what you need to do, you need to analyze the price of the previous movements so that you will know where is the demand, where is the supply of the market, because the investors, with my experience as an investor, I understand we as investors, we invest based on guma supply and my demand. You don't just invest no megipi because you feel like you want to invest today, unless if you are investing for the future, for a long term period. As I just said, if I'm investing for max of 10, I can buy whenever, or whenever wanna buy, I can buy, keep on throwing money there. But if it's for a short term, I always make sure I'm careful where I'm buying or when I am investing. Okay, so this is what you need to do before you even approach any type of a market, that is a financial market. What you need to do, you don't have to look here. This is a 1 month period. Okay, it's, if you can look, it's from 24 July to 23 August. This is just 31 days or 30 days. Okay, so what you need to do, because this is just excuse me, this is just a short period, it won't give you a full information that you need, because if you can look at this, what you can say, at this price of 1,800, between 1,000, or between the price of 1,780 and 1,800 here, you can call this a supply zone. Okay, it's a supply zone. Why it's a supply zone? It's because our investors here, they saw an opportunity to make some money, then they decided to sell in ama price wabo, ama shares wabo, or just my small nyana, just to make some money, or to take that money and use it for something else. So looking at the screen, what when are you gonna say? You're gonna say, because this is just a short period. Then when if you're gonna look at this, then you're gonna think ukuthi between 1 and 1,600, this price, and 1,640, then you're gonna think ukuthi this is a what? A demand zone. You're gonna think ukuthi this is as a demand zone. Only to find out ukuthi people who are impacting the market, who impacts the market, or people who moves the market are people who invest a lot of money. They don't look at these short-term graphs, you know. What do they do, Bona? They go straight guma what am I gonna call this? Guma moves ama long term, you know, like let's say 3 months, you know. If you look at 1 month, no 3 months, 1 month, you know, 1 month. It's just simple. Look at 3 months. You can see now with 3 months, it's something that is different to what you were seeing 1 month. You know, 1 month, this is what it is. 1 month. 1 month, you're looking at this picture. Hey, how am I gonna move this price? Let me move this thing here. Yeah. 1 month, you are looking at this picture. Then with 3 months, you have all this thing that you didn't see. You see? So now the way you're seeing this, it's completely changing, because now you're going to start to doubt, is this a real demand zone or what, you know? Then you move again from 3 months to 6 months. Now you can see now Futi again. This is totally different, you know. This is 3 months. This is another 3 months, which makes 6 months, you know. Then you move from 6 months to a year. This is 6 months, and this is the whole year. It's 6 months, another 6 months. Then maximum. This was listed on May 6 May 2014. This Capitec shares here on Ease Equities, it was listed on this day. So this is their max. Their max, it started below 500 Rand. I'm not sure how much was that. Okay, let me see how much was it when it was listed. When it was listed, May 6 May 2014, the price of the Capitec shares was 206 Rand. It was 206 Rand. So what I want you to know and understand, Uguti, when you invest for a long period, you have more chances of making money, unlike a person who's going to invest in a short-term period. A short-term period, you have less chances of making money, but for a long-term period, you have more chances of making money. If that company is still gonna be there for the next 10 to 20 years, 20 years to 30 years, you know. Here's an example. 2014, 6 May, the price of Capitec share was 206 Rand. On this day, March 23 March, from 200 and something here, 23 March 2022, the price of that share, it was 2,230 Rand, you know. So if 2014 6 May, you bought a full share Yaga Capitec in 206 Rand, last year March, that price, it was the value of that share, it was worth 2,208, which you can say about 2,000% in profit. So you have more opportunities to make money in a long run than a short run. So now when to buy and when not, when to buy, when not to buy, when to buy one, secondly when not to buy. So I'm gonna drop to 1 year. This is 1 year. What you have to know and what you have to understand, there's something in the market, in the financial market, something we call it demand and supply. At demand, that is where most of the investors, they are waiting for the market to reach a certain point. Shy. Sorry about that. I love cars. So a demand zone, it's where most of the people, or people who have the right knowledge, the right information, understands how the market moves. Those people, they let the market move the way Funuk move on corner, and they always waiting at a certain point. Then a supply zone. Oh, that is a zone. Let me finish demand zone. And that zone, that is where people, they gonna wait. Or what's it? If the market reaches this point, I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy, and they know if I'm buying at this point, at a certain level, I think it's gonna be enough for me to make my money. Then I can just sell my shares, then get my money, or make some profit. So that is a demand zone. And then the supply zone. I'm just making a summary. I have to do a video about the demand zone and the supply zone. Then a demand zone, that is where people who bought with demand, supply zone, that is where people who bought with demand zone, they think or they believe now the market, it just moved enough, or now here they can make enough money for themselves. Then they have to let the market to rest a little bit before it moves again. What you have to know and understand, with financial markets, they say the book that I read, Investing 101 book, they say market, it moves in waves. It's gonna move up, then it's going to rest at some point, then it's gonna move down, then it's gonna push up again. Just like when you're breathing, just like when you're breathing, you breathe in, the market goes down, you breathe out, the market pushes up. Just like that. So the people with the right information, or people with an experience go into this investing space, what they do, they wait for those opportunities. Then they let the market they buy at a demand zone. Then at a supply zone, that is where they decide to sell their shares, so that they're gonna make some money. They sell those shares so that they're gonna make some money. They take out their money out of the market, then they see what they can do with their own money. Then you call that zone a supply zone, because at that point, when they sell, they are selling for other people who are willing to buy. So they are supplying those shares to other people who wanna buy. Then the moment they sell their shares, the price of the share, it's gonna start losing its value. Because some people, the majority of people, they're gonna see at that point as a point of making money. Then they're gonna start selling their shares. When they keep on selling their shares, the price of a share is going to move back to a point where people, they're gonna be waiting again. It's gonna go back to a demand zone. And when it gets to a demand zone, people, they're gonna buy again with demand zone. The market is gonna keep on pushing up once again. Okay. Here 1 year. Hey, I saw something on what do you call this thing? YouTube. The name of the thing is Trading View. So I'm gonna move from this to TradingView so that I'm going to show you. Hey, I took lessons. That is why I didn't upload on time. I was busy understanding how that thing works, TradingView. So it's gonna assist me or to show you a demand and a supply of the market. Just like I'm doing example or Capitec. Now I'm gonna move to TradingView thingy. Kamala TradingView. Yeah, now sesivela kulo TradingView akhona. Now, so what I'm gonna do here, because it allows me to pendula my screen, I'm gonna turn my screen to look like this. So, here as yo, oh, okay. When you wanna change, wait, smart. So 5 days. We won 1 week, 1 year. Where's 1 year? It's 1 month. So this is our 1 month. I think it looks almost similar now. So we wanna know or we wanna find a demand and a supply of a Capitec share. So here looking at this, starting from move back 2000 and let me start between 2017 and 19. If you wanna find a demand and a supply, hey, I practiced a lot, man. Oh, nako. You want to find the demand and the supply. So when you want to find the demand and the supply, you look at the previous turning points. Okay, you look at the previous turning points. So here is the first turning between 2017. This is 2017 here, and 2019. We're gonna start here. Then first turning point, okay. Then you're gonna put it like this. So lo line lo esengubekile manje, igama lawo, its new name, it's called a demand zone. It's called a demand zone. Then why it's called a demand zone? It's because from here the investors, they kept on investing. Then here when it reaches this point, reaches this turning point, then the investors started to sell their shares. They sold their shares, and people, they were waiting here. Okay, people, they waited there. Then after that, it reaches a demand zone. Then people with the right information, experienced investors, here they started to buy Capitec shares once again. What was the price here when this thing reaches this demand zone? It was 811 rand. So at 811 rand, the experienced investors, they started to buy their Capitec shares here. Then they bought their Capitec shares. Then it moved again up until it reaches this point. Okay, it reaches that point, and that point was at, when was that? It was February 2019. Oh, it's March 2019. March 2019, they bought up until they reaches or it reached that point. So as they bought their shares here, the market moved. Remember, I said to you, this thing how the market moves, it moves in waves, just like when you breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe in, the market goes down. When you breathe out, the market pushes up, So, I'm trying to explain this. I'm not sure whether you're going to understand it as much as I understand it. Maybe I'm failing to explain it properly, but I'm trying. Then this area here, this turning point, it became what? A new supply zone. Okay, it became a new supply zone. Then after that, remember, this was a supply zone and this is a new supply zone. And if on that book they say once the previous supply zone broken through, then the markets come back and breathe again and breathe in again, then the previous supply zone that was broken, it changes to become a new demand zone. That's what that book says. Hey, I bought that book. I paid for that book. Don't ask me for it for free. I paid for it. So, with that rule, what does that mean? It means ukuthi, where is this thing again? It means ukuthi, this turning point, this one here, it changed because before it was a demand zone, it was a supply zone. Then in the future, then because it was broken here, here it was broken through, then the market went above it, then the market breathed in before it started to move up. Then here this supply zone changed to become a demand zone. As it became a demand zone, people, they waited there to that point. They waited at this point, at this. Now I'm moving this thing. People waited for this opportunity to buy again. Then people bought. They bought here. People bought here their shares. Then after that, they were expected to see the market moving to the upside. Then December 2019, if you're going to remember, December 2019, that is where the news broke out about coronavirus. And to us, people who were already investing by that time, 2019, I was fully committed into crypto. I was into crypto space a lot. The news broke out. As a person who's an investor, you must be updated about what is happening in the world, as an investor. So a lot of news, so a lot of people saying the market will crash, the market will crash, the market will crash. I was very young by that time at we financial space here on the financial markets. So when you hear people saying the market will crash, because I was invested into a crypto, people, they were saying, it's going back to zero, it's going back to zero, it's going back to zero. And I was like, I'll wait until it reaches that zero, because the videos that I was watching on YouTube, some people, they were saying it's not gonna go back to zero. Yes, it might go down, but it won't go back to zero. So you must wait. Because mina with the experience that I learned, not with an experience, with what I learned from the book, you must know what type of an investor you are. Mina, I'm a long-term investor, you know. I don't care whether I do have money tomorrow, I don't have money tomorrow, I don't care. But what I wanna make sure 10 years down the line, I wanna drive my dream car. That is what I want. You know? 20 years down the line, when my son or my daughter Pume varsity, I want her to have a different life than the life I had. I don't want her to struggle. I want her to drive a car after varsity, you know. So that is my dream. So I said to myself, I'm gonna be a long-term investor. So the new coronavirus broke out. They say, hey, there's a new virus in China, blah 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 blah. Then people, people with experience into this, they started doing what? Selling their shares. They started selling their shares. They sold their shares. Then January, COVID was big. Then February, COVID was big. Then comes March. March, that is where, hey, Natu were told we must stay home. We must stay home now. It's bad. Then the market crashed from 1,461 going down to March to 800 and something. You know, March, May, we were still locked. Then August 3, 2020. Now, the situation was lighter by the time. It was becoming light because I think we were at level 3 by the time. We moved from level 5 to level 4. Level 4 June 1, if I'm not mistaken. Then from that June 1 to August, we were sitting at level 3, you know. So the things now was opened a little bit. Then operation started. People again started going back to open my bank accounts. People, you know. Then experienced people and everyone who invested in a stock market, they started taking their money back to the stock market, you know. Then by that time, the market started to push higher and higher and higher and higher. Remember, Oti, every time, each and every turning point, it becomes a supply zone. Once it's broken, it becomes a demand zone. So again, let us mark the previous turning point, which is this one. This is the previous turning point. So this previous turning point, people, what they did, the experienced people, they bought back Capitec shares here. Then they let it move to the previous price. It went straight to a previous price, which is here. Then they started to do what? To take their money out. Then they took their money out. You know, some people not took all their money. They took some of their money out. Of their money out. Then after that, some people they started becoming aware. I'm sure by that time, last year it was 2022, 2021, around September, August, you know, December, moving towards that December. Now everybody now is talking about buying shares. Everybody now is talking about buying shares, you know. So people now, they want to invest in my shares, and a lot of videos, even on YouTube, they were making an example of Capitec, you know. So most of the people, they were attracted to Capitec, and it was trusted because most AMA videos on YouTube, they were doing AMA examples of Capitec. So people got in, started buying shares, Capitec shares, and it trusts to other people and investors that are already investing into Capitec. Then they gain more trust with now Capitec it's gaining new clients. Sorry, guys. My cousin, you know, when you're unemployed, somebody gonna just knock. So let's continue. So, ama investors that were already investing at Capitec, they gained trust, then they decided not to sell their shares. You know, then some people they came in, they bought shares. They bought shares this point. At what price? They bought shares at this price. Oh, I didn't mark this one. I was supposed to mark this one. All right, let me leave it. So they bought their shares here. What price is this? What price is this? What price is this? 1,331. At 1,331, people again started buying shares. Then from there, the market breathed out. Then it pushed up, straight up. While it was pushing straight up, it had ups and downs, waves. Remember, the market it moves into waves like this. Yeah. So as it was going straight up, it had Laoma ups and downs, or those waves movements. So it moved from this point to this point. Then this was a turning point. This was a supply zone. And that supply zone, the markets from that supply zone, the market again did what? The market did what? From this supply zone, some people they sold some of their shares, and people they picked up again. They bought shares here at this price at 1,622 rand. Then this previous supply zone was broken. Then after it was broken, and it formed a new turning point above the previous turning point. Let us mark it again. I'm expecting the expect people who knows this, they're gonna say, hey, I'm an Amish. Yes, I'm an Amish. Yes, I'm an Amish. But it assists me to do this. It helps me a lot because I don't just lose my money easily. As Amish as I am, not good enough. I'm not an expert, because it's gonna be on YouTube. People they're gonna see this, and some they're gonna call me Amish. But I don't care. So with this previous turning point, or with this new turning point, this one, people they sold again some of their shares. Then the market went back to this demand zone, which was previously it was a supply zone. Then it was broken. Then now it became a demand zone. The investors waited there until the market comes to that point. Then after that, they bought again. They invested their money again at the price of 1,670. Then from there, 1,697. Sorry. Then, and as from there, then the market pushed straight up. It pushed straight up, and this was another turning point. Another turning point here. It's just a minor turning point. It was a turning point. Wenzani xolani wenzani leyibila suyisusele kuyenzakalani lana mashe ndoda. You are here, Ipo. So now the market is having this new turning point, and this new turning point some people again here on this turning point, they sold some of their shares, took out some money, and people again, they said, no, we're not gonna allow that to happen. Then they kept on buying shares, because as from last year, most of the people, they were now buying shares, really, and people now, everybody's talking about buying shares. Now it's talking about buying shares. January 2022, everybody now is talking about buying shares. Everybody's talking about buying shares. Then the value of Capitec share, it moved from this low, from 2017 rand to 2345 rand. $345. So at 345, the value of each Capitec share was worth, or the Capitec share, each one Capitec share, it was worth 2,345. So if you wanted a full Capitec share, one Capitec share, you were supposed to have 2,345 rand to buy one full share of Capitec. If you didn't have the right information, you are Amisha, you are new, you heard everybody talking about buying shares, and the price was sitting at 2,345, and it happens that when you want to buy maybe, let's say, 5 full shares, then you decide to come up with your 13,000, 14,000, then you buy Capitec shares at the price of 2,345, without knowing that with that price, or that zone, it's becoming a supply zone. That is where most of the people who were able to buy from 2020, 3 August 2020, most of those people, they made, I think they tripled their money. They made a plus 100% profits from 812 to 2,345. They made plus 100% in profit, 100 plus percent profit. So they decided to sell, to take their money out at 2,345, because they already made some money, So when you didn't know and you bought, oh, shame. And you seeing your account, looking Johnny red, it keeps on saying minus, minus, minus. Then it keeps on saying minus. Then at this point, this level at 2,043 rand, which is now a demand zone, then it was broken again, broken below. Then from there, it became a what now? Now things turned. Now it became a supply zone, broken because it was a demand zone up when the market was above above the level of 2043. Then now it's broken below. It becomes a supply. It keeps on becoming a supply. Then the market from 2043, it went straight down. Then here it found, I'm not sure where, but some people, they expect people who are good at this, they saw an opportunity to buy here. Then they bought here. Then it went straight up again to the previous supply zone. To this previous supply zone, again, it started to supply the shares. Then it started to sell up until it reaches this point or a level. What level is this? Up until it reaches that demand zone, that is at 1,331. It reaches this demand zone. Then again, This year, May 2nd, people they bought again from 1,357. Then they decided to sell when July 3, they started to sell some of their shares. So what I think right now, because of this previous turning point, this is just my thoughts, my view. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Because of this turning point, I think people would experience it as Nami now. I'm becoming a little bit aware of this. I think we can call this now a new demand zone. A new demand zone at 1,543. A new demand zone. So I think the market might go to 1,546. Then it's gonna become a demand zone. Then we will see after that whether it's gonna breathe out again, as it's just started from here. Then it breathe out. Then now maybe it's breathing in. Maybe it's gonna breathe out again. I do not know, because it have to form waves. Then breathe out, breathe in again, maybe breathe out again. As I'm doing this, I'm showing you the waves. So if it happens, then we might see the market going back to 2,443. If it's going to do as I'm doing, I'm not saying it's gonna do it. I'm just making an example. So what you have to know and what you have to understand, Uti, you buy at a demand zone. At a supply zone, if you wanna take some of your money, you can just sell your shares and grab yourself some money. You grab yourself some money. If you are a person who invests for a short-term period, which is maybe 3 to 5 years, you can just take some of your money out, then you'll be happy. Just here I'm just talking about buying shares. I'm not talking about dividends. I'm not talking about anything. I'm just talking about where you must be aware of where you're buying your shares. You must be aware of where you're buying your shares, where you investing. Are you investing at the right time, or you investing at the wrong time? Because as ngisho ukuthi umuntu who bought Capitec shares here wanted maybe full 5 shares, then wafika no 13 to 14,000 work, 15,000. Then that person just lost, or if the value of his shares lost about, I'm not sure how to calculate a percentage la, or maybe if from here they lost the value from here to here, from 2,345 to 1,331. I think they lost about 50% in value. So now those people are panicking. They are saying hey, investing into shares, it's a scam. Because you know how people are. If something I hambi according to their plan, they start calling it a scam. They start calling it a scam. Hey, I'm losing money. It's a scam. But for some people who are investing maybe for a long term, maybe those people maybe after 10 years, this 2,345, maybe it's gonna be sitting at around 3,500 rand or 4,500 rand 10 years down the line. Who knows? I don't know. Only God knows. So it's better to invest for a long period of time, or to invest a short period of time. Because it's a short period of time uzo-investa la, noma uzothenga ama-shares akho kanti sekuyi-supply zone la. Mhlampe if you bought ngomhla ka-3 July, already vele you are losing right now. The value of your portfolio, it's losing its value, or your value, or the value of your money, it's losing its value. So this is it for now. I think the next thing that I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna talk about dividends, how companies pay dividends. Igama lami mina nguXolani uSydney wakwaMayongo lo muhle, i-CEO eyiBillionaire. If you didn't know, well, now you know.